YouTube. Denny in Saigon. Thanks for watching my video. My name's Denny. I'm an American. I live in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, which is a nice place to be. Formerly known as Saigon before the war. I'm a teacher, and I'm about to go teach English to some preschoolers. I'm doing pretty well here as a teacher. I'm living a good life, and people treat me very well here. I went to the KFC last night, and there's another little school right here. And the kids are always at the KFC. They love KFCs here. There aren't that many Western restaurants here in where I'm at, District 12. But they have KFC, and that's where they all congregate. And I was there last night, and I was mob, basically. There was about 6 or 8 kids and some moms, and they wanted to talk to me. So I was waiting on my food and talking to them and stuff. It's a good feeling, you know. You're almost like a minor celebrity if you're a teacher here and a foreigner. And people treat you so well. And one time a guy bought me coffee just because I'm a teacher. The Vietnamese are real wonderful people. It's a good culture of people. I didn't know before I came, you know, really what to expect. But I'm real pleased to be here, and real happy living here. I will eventually have to go back home. You can't really, you know, you can live here, I guess, as long as you want. I'm not sure what the rules are, but you can't really, you know, immigrate to Vietnam, I don't think. I don't think you can actually come here and become Vietnamese. I don't know how you do that. It's a country, it's a race of people, it's a, you know, culture. America is a, you know, is a melting pot, and you can go to the USA and become American. I've never had a problem with any of that growing up and stuff. I mean, people have always done that. That's where everyone comes from, somewhere else. So, what we have now, the situation at the border with the quote-unquote caravan, people coming in illegally over the walls and stuff, that's not immigration. It wouldn't be immigration here. The Khmers, you know, the Cambodians started coming over by the millions. I don't think the Vietnamese would be too happy about it, coming in and living illegally. Hell, they won't even let me come in here and live illegally, you know, and they want me to be here. They'd like me to be here teaching their kids, but I can't. I'm not free to just come here without a visa. I don't know. It's common sense immigration laws make sense, and we don't have any common sense back home right now. And the whole West, the whole Western world is it's run by some nefarious individuals, I think, and got some big problems, big problems. What about this Khashoggi in the news? Khashoggi Boulevard in Washington D.C. now. They're going to name a street after Khashoggi, our beloved Khashoggi. You know, Muslim Brotherhood loving Osama bin Laden buddy Khashoggi. The left, they care about Khashoggi and who killed Khashoggi, and they're going to get to the bottom of Khashoggi's death. Very serious business who killed Khashoggi. Very serious matter, and we're going to find out who killed this fine individual. And Seth Rich, nah, we don't care about who killed Seth Rich. It's not important. Khashoggi, beloved Khashoggi. You know, these guys are so disingenuous and so hypocritical all the time. What they care about just completely depends on how it benefits them politically, and whose death they care about, whose death they want to cover up. They care about some deaths and they highlight them, and they cover up a lot of others. They don't want to talk about them, and that's the situation that we got. We do have 2 parties in the USA, but you know what? I think the 2 parties are controlled by one secret society, or maybe a network of secret societies, and the globalists are really in both parties. It doesn't matter about the party necessarily. However, Any patriots that remain in the government in the USA, any people who love the country, if there are any nationalists and there are any non-globalists, then they are in the Republican Party. Okay, I figured that out by intuition when I was about 18. I didn't really know what was going on, and I couldn't break it down in those terms at that point, but I was starting to figure it out. It's obvious now. It's very apparent. There's two sides. There's globalism and nationalism. Either you want, a one world government and a one world order, and you want to be run by, secret societies and oligarchs and unelected bureaucrats. If you want that, then you're on the left. But if you, I'm sure all those people imagine it'll be paradise and utopia and all that. Of course. But if you don't want that, if you just want national borders and you just want to have, some things in common with people around you, anything at all in common with people around you, then you're probably not on the left. You're probably on the right. And I'm not sure exactly in Europe if they use it in the same terms, but it's always like a duality, right? It's always the right-hand path and the left-hand path. It's always polar opposites so that you can divide people. That's the best way to divide people, And in the USA, of course, we divide people into every possible demographic that you can divide people into. And especially along lines that people are sensitive about, like race. It's really sad to see them dividing people on race and creating racists, really, in America. Racism was dying off, I thought, but now it's reverse racism. Basically, it's like young Asian women going off on racial tirades against white men and stuff, and it's approved by the system. It's okay. It's okay by the mainstream. There's a lot of people who know it's not okay, but those in power, they get to create the truth. They get to create the reality. So now we have a situation where they're gonna just they're gonna label you as a hater. They've always done that. They just make a term and they make something illegal. You're a terrorist and terrorism is illegal. You are a gang member and gang members are illegal. Or how about this? You're a hater. You are a hater. You are a bigot. You're a homophobe. You're a non-gender pronoun using criminal, and that's illegal. Glenn Simpson of Fusion GPS. He went into Congress and testified before Congress, and he lied. He lied once. He lied twice. He lied thrice. He lied. And Grassley says he lied countless times. And he's not in jail, is he? He's not being investigated by anybody, is he? Well, supposedly Grassley is investigating him. Congress is investigating him. But we all know where that's going. It's going nowhere. It's illegal to lie to Congress. It's highly illegal. But feel free. Be my guest. Go right ahead. Go in there and just raise your right hand and swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth. I'm not a lawyer. Don't take my legal advice. But apparently, it's only illegal for some people. And so, maybe you could just get away with it. Whatever it is you're planning to do, right? Maybe you're good. Maybe you're a big lefty. Maybe you're in the government somewhere. Maybe you're protected. Maybe you have a big name in your county, in your town. Just go ahead. You'll get away with it. No problem. Just fish without a license. Just do whatever you want. Run amok. Get down with your bad self. Lie to Congress. And meanwhile, Jerome Corsi, he can't remember an email he sent 10 years ago, and he's lying. Did you ever ask yourself, Trump's inner circle of liars, quote-unquote inner circle of liars, and none of them are in his inner circle at all, not really his quote-unquote inner circle, and they're not really lying. These are just people who prosecutors are interviewing them for hours and hours and finding something they forgot. And that's somehow perjury, and but they won't count it against you. It'll be legal for you to lie about that email, as long as you're willing to say, what? What is it that Mueller's wanting Corsi to say? Mueller's not doing this for no reason. He's not trying to get Corsi on perjury for an email he sent, he forgot sending, for no reason. What does he want Corsi to say? What does he want Stone to say? What does he want Cohen to say? Apparently Cohen's saying it. Yeah. Go. Yeah, of course, we had a bunch of business deals. The fix is in. We work with Russia. We were trying to do this big deal. Yeah, I contacted Russia for Trump, on Trump's behalf. Yeah, Cohen's going to say all of that. And Cohen is completely not credible. I mean, nobody in the whole world trusts that guy. But that's Mueller's star witness, you know, Hillary and Cohen, and Peter Strzok and Mueller say that Trump colluded with Russia, and that Trump's illegitimate. Number two, not only did he collude with Russia, he needs to be out, but he's illegitimate. So really, Hillary is the rightful president. And the blue wave, which didn't happen until a month after the election. There was no blue wave on election night, but a month after there was a blue wave. On election night, the Dems were all in tears, basically saying there's no blue wave, I have to admit. But a month later, they're saying, oh, the blue wave finally came in after they counted all the votes. You got yourself the globalist party, and the fix is in on that side, not Trump's side. Trump has he's just one guy. He doesn't have a network of secret societies behind him. He doesn't have a criminal organization, a big enterprise, a global criminal enterprise. He's just got some patriots, and he barely even has the law to protect him. The law is barely protecting Trump at all. Okay? The nation of laws, there to protect you, is supposedly, they're not protecting Trump. They're going to impeach his butt. They're going to impeach him. I guarantee they're going to impeach him. They're going to try real hard. It doesn't matter what he's done. They just need to build on the narrative. It's just a narrative. It's just a reality they've created for you. Don't you love this traffic? Yeah, I got this. No problem. I'm going to go in front of this truck. See how I'm doing this? Look at that. How'd you like to get under them wheels? It happens here all the time, man. I'm going to put my phone down before I get busted by these police. They do bust you here. I don't know what they'll do. They'll take money out of my wallet, probably. They look pretty engaged right now. You're still more free over here than you are at home somehow. I don't know how it works out like that. It's creepy. It's creepy to me, man. I was born in 1969 in Indiana. And I grew up believing I was living in a free country, but I think the country is owned. I think it's not only owned, it's pwned. It's pwned. And when Trump's gone, probably as early as 2020, guys. Yeah, he has support. There's plenty of people who will vote for Trump, and they want to keep the country going, but he's got a big criminal enterprise against him. He's got quite a bit against him. And they'd like to impeach Trump and run against Pence in 2020, and they'd win. Probably Joe Biden or whatever could win against Pence. And that's the way it goes. Anyways, I'm feeling okay here in Vietnam. I'm just watching this stuff go on in the West. It's not just the USA, it's every Western country. You know, secret societies and criminal enterprises, they permeate all these Western nations. Asia too. China's in on this. A lot of countries are in on this. A lot of intels, a lot of people, a lot of organizations, a lot of committees, a lot of think tanks, a lot of round tables. Just a lot of groups, a lot of people. And I guess it is a pyramid-shaped kind of a thing, probably. Probably somebody at the top controlling it. I don't know, 13 families. Hell, I don't know. I don't really know. You know, when there's so many lies covering up the truth, how can you ever get to the bottom of really who's running this? But you know what the Bible says. You know what the Bible says. So I count on that to be true. I've learned my lesson about doubting the Bible a long time ago. You know, I'm not a super religious guy. I believe in the Bible. I'm not a theologian. I'm not a priest. I'm not a evangelist. I'm just a dude, and I believe the Bible. I read it. I believe it. Believe what you want. For all I care, that's your business. But I guess if the Bible's true, then all that stuff, you know, the global tyranny and all that's probably inevitable. But I still think there's no reason to just roll over for it. I don't think you just you let them do what they want. I think you got to resist it. I think you got to expose it. And that's my opinion, anyways. I'm not comfortable living under that kind of a thing, and I won't. I'm sure I won't. I don't know how soon it's all arriving, but maybe next year, for all I know. Or maybe wanting you to get chipped next year. We'll see. I guess whatever happens in the West will come here eventually, right? Everything does. I'm gonna go teach Christmas to my kids, unfortunately. Anyways, my name's Denny, and thanks for watching my video. Hopefully I haven't ruined your day, Mom. Have a nice day.